Hello, and welcome to the BBC News Report, reporting from Eston Park Academy.
Today we'll be investigating the new vertical pier at Redcar.
And it's Science Week, so we are looking at what Eston Park are doing.
But first, let's head to Redcar to find out more about the vertical pier. Over to Callum and Connor.
Hello, I'm Callum and I'm here in Redcar finding out just what's happening with the vertical pier.
The vertical pier, costing £1.6 million, is a new design project to try and brighten up the seafront and improve the view at Redcar. It is already being constructed and due to be finished between September and December of this year. Why is it being built, you may ask? Well, the answer is that Redcar has had two piers in the past, but both have been destroyed by the rough seas. This new pier stands 80 feet tall and will become as iconic as Blackpool Tower due to its stunning design, which gives the impression that the building is unwrapping as it reaches the sky.
Hello, I'm Connor and I am here with Councillor George Dunning to ask him some questions about the vertical pier. George, what do you think about the vertical pier?
Well, I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Back in 2007, people were asked by the council what would they like to see in Redcar, and one of the things they asked for was something different. Well, the vertical pier is extremely different, isn't it? Because actually, the terminology vertical pier, I don't think there's anything such as a vertical pier, but when the young designers came and did a presentation and they actually won the competition, there was 55 entrants in the competition, and when the vertical pier won, the young designer turned around and said it'll cause some controversy, George, calling it the vertical pier, and as leader of the council it has caused a lot of controversy calling it the vertical pier, so you'll bring extra people to the borough, extra people to Redcar, and we're looking for an extra million visitors by 2025 and hopefully a bit more than that.
What do you think is good use of taxpayers' money?
Well, it's only costing £1.7 million, and to get a traditional pier, that's a horizontal pier, it would cost you at least £5 million. So yeah, it is good use of taxpayers' money, and when you get all these people coming in because it's so controversial, then that taxpayers' money will generate extra income for businesses in and around Redcar and probably further afield. So yeah, good use of taxpayers' money.
Hello, I'm here with a member of Redcar. What do you think about the vertical pier?
Well, I think it's probably a good thing, other than that it's described as a pier when in effect it isn't. It's a tower. I think that's what people object to.
It seems the opinions are mixed about the vertical pier. Let's speak to Councillor Howison and get his views on the matter.
Hello, I'm Callum and I am here at Eston Park Academy interviewing Councillor Howison about the vertical pier. Now, Councillor Howison, what do you think the vertical pier will bring to Redcar?
Well, the vertical pier is something which the council have decided they will build to attract people into Redcar so that people will come and spend money in a town which hasn't been doing so well recently. So that's what is hoped will happen. They're also going to rent units in it which they hope people will come and rent. I personally have my doubts because I think that the vertical pier, it's a silly name because it's actually a tower, and people will come to a tower and they'll go to the top of it and they'll look out to sea and they'll think, oh lovely, there's the sea, and that's it, and why should they come back and look at it again? So I'm a little bit concerned about that. I just hope it works out.
Thank you. Do you think it is good use of taxpayers' money?
Well, the problem with it is that when the Labour group who rule the council, when they're asked about the use of taxpayers' money for things on Redcar seafront, they talk about all the grants that they managed to achieve. So in other words, they say that most of the costs for the building have come out of grant funding from Europe and from the government. And it is true that some of the costs have come out of that, but also a large proportion have come out of the council taxpayers' money, which we can't really afford, especially at the present time. My big worry is that they've got the money organised to pay for it being built, but how is it going to run? because anybody who knows anything about business knows that you have to build in the running costs, because people have to be paid to run it. You know, it has to be maintained and looked after. And the only way that we've been told that they're going to get money to do that is by renting units in there, but there are very few, certainly not enough to pay for all the costs that will be there. So from that point of view, I don't think it's a very good use of taxpayers' money now. I hope it goes really well. I hope it creates lots of jobs, but I just can't see why. It seems like a wish list that the Labour people have got who rule the council, and therefore, you know, a wish list in business doesn't really mean much. You need facts and figures to back it up.
Thank you. I'm Callum.
And I'm Connor. And back to the studio.
Thank you for that lovely part. Now, we are investigating what Eston Park are doing for Science and Engineering Week.
Hi, I'm Matthew. I'm here at Eston Park Academy. We are here to try and investigate what they're doing for Science Engineering Week. Let's head in this classroom to see what they're doing.
Science and Engineering Week celebrates everything to do with science and takes place once a year at Eston Park Academy.
Hello, I'm Joel and I'm with Mrs. Gibbons and she's running Science and Engineering Week. Hello.
Hello.
What do you think, Mrs. Gibbons, about Science and Engineering Week?
I think it's an extremely important opportunity to raise awareness about those two subjects for our students, because nowadays getting a job is a very difficult thing to do, and if you are equipped with your knowledge of science and you can apply that to engineering, then you are putting yourself in a very good position to be able to get jobs in things like the car industry and other manufacturing industries and design industries. So I think it's extremely important.
Thank you. How will the week influence the people here at Eston Park?
Well, we're hoping that it will make people think a little bit more about how you can apply science to engineering contexts. We're hoping that people will have fun and see how it can be very enjoyable. And we're hoping it might spark some people to go and find out a little bit more about engineering in terms of professions and perhaps what their parents do, or can they find out what other people do for a living, just to see if it will inspire them.
Thank you again.
Wow, that was really good. What are your school doing for Science Engineering Week?
I'm Connor.
I'm Callum.
I'm Matthew.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Joel.
And we are reporting from Eston Park Academy. See you later.
And see you